beautiful friends. The extreme cold weather that I predicted is slowly coming down from the Arctic, along with the blizzard conditions that I warned would come. What else is ahead for our weather? Yesterday, if you missed yesterday's live stream, I warned California of an incoming earthquake. And this morning, a 6.4 hit outside of Eureka, California in the northern parts. Are they going to have another one in California? Is another earthquake going to hit? Well, Elon Musk continues to stir up that witch's cauldron, or the witch's cauldrons. What else is he going to stir up next? Finally, friends, people are rising up in the United Kingdom as mass strikes that I predicted are already beginning to happen and occurring in the United Kingdom as medical workers and nurses have had enough and they are now stepping into their power. Who's going to rise up next? That is the question. Today, my spirit guides and I are going to cover major weather predictions, the fall of woke Hollywood, coming arrests, that's right, arrests, discoveries, and so much more. So much more. Did you know that UPS and FedEx are combining as one company? They're going to call it Fed Up. Ha! Welcome to episode number 45 of Tuesdays Tittel Teatime predictions updates. I welcome you all with infinite love and gratitude. Thank you so much for being here today. I thank all my supporters here that join the community down below, those that are a part of the Subscribe Star Awaken Your Spirit community, and all the support and love that comes in from all of you. I greatly appreciate. And if you are interested in predictions and energies and what's happening in the world and so much more, you're going to want to be a part of my tribe and smash that subscribe down below. While you're at it, don't forget to smash that like button as well. Down below in the description, you'll find links to all my social media, along with the link to my latest newsletter. Thank you, Debbie, for your chat cash. Love and gratitude. So you'll find down below links to that, along with links if you want to be a part of the extended version of my New Year's Day predictions as a supporter. All that information is down below in the description. If you haven't gathered, my name's Joseph Tittel, aka Spiritman JT, and I am so happy and grateful to be here with you today, even though I am suffering day number 12 of the 2020 bug. And I was fine for most of the day. I mean, it still felt crappy until about 4 o'clock, and then it hit me really, really hard. If I didn't work all day on the script and on predictions and such, I probably would have thrown in the towel and said, nope, I'm not doing it this week either. But I'm here. I'm here with you all on this beautiful day, December 20th, 2022. And it's coming, my friends. The retrograde madness is upon us. And it is the eve right now of the winter solstice and Yuletide tidings here in the Northern Hemisphere, as the summer heat is being turned up too high in the Southern Hemisphere. Winter is coming in hard this season, and the cold has already hit many of us harder than it's hit in over a decade. And all this before winter even arrives, bringing about some of the most frigid temperatures in many areas where they have already been breaking record after record with these frigid cold temperatures. Here in the north, tomorrow brings us the shortest day of the year and the longest night of the year, while in the southern hemisphere celebrates the exact opposite. The winter solstice marks off the end of the darkness and the beginning of the light. That's right. Go to the light, Caroline. To our ancient ancestors, this would signify the end of the solar year and would be celebrated like we celebrate New Year's Day. It is the celebration of the light, as each day we will gain 30 seconds more of daylight until we reach the next solstice and the longest day of the year, which of course would be June 21st. Excuse me. Bear with me, my friends. Like I said, I'm still battling the bug. So the coming of the Christmas tree, I thought was an interesting thing to share with you all, because it was actually an ancient German pagan tradition and a very sacred ceremony. Evergreen trees and trees like blue firs were decorated with fruits and nuts to symbolize their future harvest in the new year. Silver, shiny, mirrored glass balls, which became known later as witch balls, were filled with sacred herbs and oils and hung upon their Yule trees and in all their windows to ward off evil spirits and bring positive energy into their new year, their new solar year, which technically begins on the 22nd of December. The Yule tree would be set up outside town squares or villages and on the solstice or Yuletide. They would wrap the tree in virgin white cloth to symbolize purity and the celebration of light. The tree would be ignited with fire as they danced around the tree singing Yuletide carols like O Tannenbaum. O Tannenbaum, which actually means O great tree, and not at all what they've been telling us, O Christmas tree, as they would like you to believe. It is actually not the fact. In the United States, there was a wealthy man who saw an opportunity to cash in big, but the church fought hard against him with claims that they did not want a pagan tradition in their Christian country. So that wealthy man twisted the church's arms with a promise to make the Christmas tree a tradition instead, by placing a star at the top to represent Jesus, the birth of the Son of God. This has been followed by lie after lie to cover up their tracks of stealing ancient pagan traditions. To this day, places like Britannica or Wikipedia continue to fail at telling the truth of this Yuletide celebration. That wealthy man that was responsible for bringing the Christmas tree tradition to the United States was F.W. Woolworth. That's a story they don't teach in school that they probably should teach kids in school. But no matter what tradition you celebrate, what religion you follow, or what spiritual path you walk upon, we can together celebrate in these traditions and those that feel best for us on a personal level. We should all at the same time keep in mind the true meaning of Yule to our ancestors, as we shall also reflect on the true meaning of the Christmas holiday as well. Again, no matter what your beliefs may be, it also shows respect to others and respect to our ancestors. Tomorrow's winter solstice marks off the beginning of the solar calendar and the coming of the light which will shine brighter and brighter each and every day. This, along with the coming Mercury retrograde, will allow that light to shine upon the darkness that holds so many hostage still, darkness that need be revealed to the masses. And I assure you all that that's exactly what is about to occur. So whether you believe it or not, we together live in this matrix, a matrix that we all need to escape from so that we can together celebrate the true freedom that we came into this life to live. Things are accelerating at a very fast pace. And soon that pace is going to pick up even more, accelerating things to a whole new level. The United States and the world is changing ever so quickly. And to many of us, it appears that that change is not for the best. But again, I assure you that the light is going to shine upon us once again. And that light will shine upon their lies, their deceptions, their corruption. Therefore, the combination of the solstice along with the coming retrograde is guaranteed to expose more truth and will bring about a new rise up of awakened people by early 2023, something our planet and humanity desperately needs. Light will shine upon the corruption within our governments, our mass media outlets, and large corporations. In turn, I see exposure of another Hollywood creeper, and more truth being revealed around the Epstein case and many other creeps within the Epstein circle of evil. I see some surprising arrests that are going to take place, and I would not be at all see some type of an attack or several attacks on the Trump family with false attempts to arrest him due to the fear that they have that Trump will damper their sick plan and agenda. Soon, he will surprise everyone when he announces his female running mate, which I believe will be a dark-skinned female. So hallelujah to that. We need a good female in our thing, not the one that's there now, that's for sure. Remember that New Year's is approaching, as you know, and it will be globally celebrated all over the world with loud bangs and fireworks. But this is going to be accompanied by metaphoric fireworks as things begin to blow up before the new year ever even comes to an arrival, before we even end off this year, actually. The tensions of the retrograde energies and the light that is beginning to shine is going to bring about some very angry people, which is likely going to lead to protests come January, and unfortunately, violent actions against protesters due to the elite's fear of more folks taking off those blindfolds and rising up against the elite and the control of our planet. So, again, I welcome you. If you are new here, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to be a part of this tribe. You got to smash that subscribe, give it a smash that like button as well. Again, I thank you for your chat cash, your love, support, and things that you send through to me. I couldn't do this without your love and support. And this one I had to really bear through with this bug still going on. It took a lot of energy out of me today, but I'm here and I got more information for you. Not as much as I normally have because I got to 4 o'clock today and I just could put, did somebody put $50 chat cash in there? Oh my Lord, who was that? Who was that? Sherry Berry. She's so sweet, like a berry. Sorry, I can't help my dorkiness. Oh, what happened? Thank you, Sherry Berry. So let's start off with some predictions revolved around weather. Now, again, if you missed yesterday's live stream, I was here yesterday with an update on the energies of Mercury retrograde and other predictions. So make sure you go back over and watch yesterday's live stream because I left out everything that I talked about yesterday. I'm not going to repeat today. So you're going to not want to miss that. Go back and check that out. So the Arctic chill is coming, which will also bring massive blizzard conditions to parts of the upper Midwest in the United States and Canada. This will bring part of my past predictions of a deep freeze and people freezing to death into fruition. Even though a month ago, meteorologists, if you paid attention to that, predicted that this would be a very mild winter with very little snow or less than average snow. And already those forecasters are proving to be 100% inaccurate. That's why you got to get your predictions here. I think I'd be a better meteorologist than they would be without being a meteorologist. This is only the first Arctic blast to hit, but I assure you that there is much, much more to come, especially for the North. Chicago will be experiencing some of the worst weather, high winds, power outages, and blizzard conditions coming up over the next few weeks. Changing weather patterns will also bring about rare winter tornadoes to many parts, especially to the south and southwest. So be aware, my friends there. We don't want to see any tornado, especially winter tornado. It doesn't matter whether winter or summer, but we don't want no darn tornadoes, right? So if you missed yesterday's live stream again, check that out because I did talk about some weather predictions there that I left out again for today's show. I also expect some type of rare solar flares to begin to occur. Perhaps this week, actually, over the next couple days, but definitely in January when we step into the January 6th energy shift. These flares are a huge part of our ascension and the awakening of humanity. They will also bring in a tsunami wave of heavy energy. So be sure to nurture yourself and take very good care of yourselves. As you likely know, the energy shift along with the solstice energies have strong effects on Mother Earth and Mother Earth's plates. So yesterday I warned California of a coming quake, which they did experience after a 6.4 hit Northern California. Spirit shows me that the plates that run underneath and near the coast of California are flaring up. They're flaring up, and Spirit says the extraction of so much oil had taken away from the lubrication of the Earth's plates. Therefore, this is going to make the smallest of earthquakes so much larger because there's no lubrication when they snap into place. I see activity beneath the Pacific Ocean as well, along with visions today I had of an underground volcanic eruption. underwater, not underground, underwater, underwater, underground. You know what I meant. In the Pacific. So the plates in the north, closer to Alaska, are going to begin to flare up as well. I expect several large earthquakes in and near Alaska, parts of Canada, and Hawaii as well. Oklahoma came to my mind really strong, as did the Mississippi, as did Mississippi. So I expect earthquake activity in both of those places, Mississippi and within Oklahoma, but also across the whole bottom half of the United States, especially when we enter into early January. Peru jumped out at me really strong today, and I saw visions of the Andes and a cap blowing right off of a small volcano in Peru and the Andes Mountains. So this is going to increase earthquake activity throughout South America, especially again in January. I would expect some of the largest quakes to occur in South America, Brazil, Mexico, and even Indonesia. Japan will not be safe from Mother Earth's wrath, nor will be China. Both of those areas, China is really going to get hit hard. Recently, I warned that volcanoes that lie dormant, if you remember a couple months ago, volcanoes that lie dormant for decades would reignite, along with warnings to Indonesia, Italy, and Hawaii. And that is exactly what happened. The Mauna Loa volcano, which has not erupted since 1984, recently ignited once again. Everything comes in threes, as you know. We did just have the three. Mount Stromboli, the one I just mentioned, and what was the other one? The one in Indonesia, I can't remember the name of it. But they came in threes, as I said. But Spirit said there's three more to come, at least three more to come. And one of them is going to be another that has lied dormant. Volcanoes erupted in the near future, and Spirit says a huge sign of something will be a huge sign of something approaching. So again, especially when we see another somewhat dormant volcano erupt again, kind of like we just did with Mauna Loa, which hasn't erupted since '84. Spirit said when we see this occur again, at least once, but maybe all three of these that are about to erupt, this is going to be a sign of something huge that's approaching our planet. I also feel that Greece and Italy will see even more significant activity, including a quake that hits Italy and Greece pretty hard. Also, I still see Stromboli, popping again. So then they're not done. And with these energies that are happening with the solstice and retrograde and the energy shift that begins January 6th, it's going to make things even more chaotic, so to speak. So China is already a hot mess, as we know, and is only going to become worse with severe record-breaking cold, blizzards, and Chinese residents being locked into place for a good part of the winter, if not the entire winter. While the north deals with frigid temperatures, the south down below in the southern hemisphere is going to heat up. This is sadly going to begin to unleash many wildfires in places like Australia and South America, and even New Zealand. Spirit also pointed out to me that March of 2023 will bring about intense weather, floods, and major earthquake activity. And I don't think there's a retrograde in March. So, well, we have one in January. So I think the next one isn't until April after that. But again, Spirit pointed out March to me today. And that's not that far off. It's only 3 months away. I'll get more information on that for my New Year's Day prediction, so keep an eye out for that. Lastly, in the way of weather, Spirit made me feel that I must once again warn Texas, the state of Texas. It reminded me of that big freeze and, the outages and all that happened and occurred in Texas last season. So prepare yourself, Texans. Prepare yourselves, not just Texans, but prepare yourself, everybody, but especially Texans. This is also going to include Louisiana and parts of Florida as well. Remember, again, yesterday's live stream, I saw visions of blizzards falling out of the trees, cold and frozen. So, as I said in the intro, we're going to see the light shine upon corruption and new information revolved around the Epstein circle of evil. I talked a little bit about that yesterday as well. I see more coming out of the Disney Corporation. And if you recall, Spirit told us earlier this year that many would resign and some arrest would occur. And this has occurred several times in 2022. Spirit says there's much more to come for the Disney company and other large companies as well, as Spirit showed me a vision of the Hollywood sign falling down, letters falling down. So we could take that a couple different ways, which I'll talk about more in a minute. CNN came to mind today, the corrupt news network. And I see some type of controversy that's going to be stirring up around the CNN network, around the corrupt news network. This is going to bring about truth, followed by the termination of several CNN heads. So that's going to be interesting. I don't know what they're going to screw up. Strikes and protests are breaking out in the United Kingdom as nurses and medical workers step into their power and demand change and well-deserved higher wages. While in Coventry, Central England, Amazon workers have voted to walk off the job come the new year. Spirit warned us of mass striking and employees coming together to demand change by walking off the job. Well, that appears that it's happening. It's going to happen really soon, at least in Amazon in England. Media outlets will fail, as always, at reporting most of these strikes and walkouts. Here in the United States, anyway, because the United States, they're going to work really hard to ignore the news of protests and strikes in other countries, like what is happening in the UK right now. I only know about that because one of y'all tipped me off on it, and then I looked up, some articles on it today. But you don't see that on any news here in the United States. Not that I watch the news, but I think I would have heard of it before one of y'all sent me that information. I see some type of protest and potential strikes revolved around the trucking industry, along with teachers in many districts in the United States and other countries becoming fed up, completely fed up. Woke Hollywood is falling apart. And Spirit showed me the same vision that I had in the past, if you recall, the Hollywood sign falling. I believe this represents two different things. First, I believe it is the fall of Hollywood corruption and their sick devil-worshipping cult, along with either some type of huge storm or more so a large earthquake that causes part of the sign to actually fall down. Thank you, Goldini, for your chat cash. I greatly love and appreciate you for that. So either, again, some kind of storm or more so an earthquake will cause the Hollywood sign to fall or some of the letters to fall. But I also had a strong feeling today, as Spirit made me feel, that a group of destructive people, there's lots of them here, are currently demising their own plan to blow down or blow up part of the Hollywood sign. So lots of things going into that whole Hollywood scene. Remember, this year's award shows in Hollywood saw the lowest viewers since 1994, and Thanksgiving weekend was a bust for movie theaters. Long ago, if you recall, I predicted movie theaters would move directly into our own homes, and we do see this happening, I also feel that there's going to be some type of big scare that affects moviegoers. Hopefully it's not a shooting. Don't know what it is, but I just had Spirit gave me that feeling of a big scare that'll also affect theaters and the whole Hollywood circle of evil big time. But whatever it is, and whatever may be happening, I feel also that this holiday weekend coming up can open up some portals of evil to pose attacks on innocent people. So that's what Spirit gave me that feeling today. Whatever it may be, I feel the holiday weekend can open portals for evil to pose attacks on innocent people. And that the sicko devil worshippers use different points of solstices, equinoxes, dates like the 22nd to do their ceremonies. And you know they're going to be working hard tomorrow and end on Thursday with their evil ceremonies. We need to neutralize that with light and love, putting that out, making sure that they fail at any attempts to do anything evil. It's really, really important. Hey, did you see that Celine Dion? Did you hear about that? One of y'all told me about that too. Did you see that video? Oh my God, it was sick actually. Of Celine Dion. It was 4 years ago. Someone sent it to me and I forgot. I remember seeing it 4 years ago, but where I forget what it's called, but she's in the hospital, with the babies, and you see the little skulls and all the cribs. It's just sick. It's very sick and demented with the black crosses instead of the like American Red Cross, for example. They were all black, with black stuff falling from the sky. Really kind of demented and sick. Like you got to go check that out. I mean, just look after she blows that black glitter stuff all over, and then pay attention to the background. You'll see the little demons popping up around the babies. It's really sick, my friends. Really sick. But apparently, Celine's got a severe condition, a very rare severe condition, which I guarantee you is probably from bad karma and other things, but it's worse than I forget what it's called. Basically, her whole body's frozen, and Spirit was showing me that coming up next year for Celine Dion, it's going to be a huge struggle. And I'm sad to report to all the Celine Dion fans that I truly believe that she will pass away and join many of my past predictions where I said that many pop stars, musicians, and actors would start dropping dead. That it would be a big thing. Thank you, Mr. Skylight, bro. Thank you for your chat cash. And anybody that sent that through PayPal, thank you. So yeah, lots of big people, and I said that there would be a young pop star that would pass away, and we saw what happened with Aaron Carter, which I believe they took him out without a doubt. Just much more to come. Wait until 2023. It'll be a record-breaking year when it comes to high-profile celebrities, nodding off into the spirit worlds. So moving on to a different part of the subject, home sales are down 40%. That's right. Home sales are down 40%. And earlier this year, Spirit showed us the housing bubble was going to pop. And that's exactly what's happening. I see this becoming a much larger issue when we reach 2023. And 2023 will start off really rough for the world's economies, especially being that January is an 8 vibration, which is all about money and finances. And things are already unstable, which, either when you're in an 8 vibration, it's either you go up or you go down. There's no floating in between when it comes to economic stuff and finances and such. And being the whole planet is in that universal energy of the 8, that tells me that it's going to be big dips and big falls in stocks, cryptocurrencies, and so much more come January. This is all the more reason to join this tribe, smash the subscribe, and make sure you're here for New Year's Day and my 16th annual New Year's Day World Predictions, y'all. You can't miss that. And I won't be doing a 3-hour show like I normally do. I will be doing a longer version on Zoom for supporters, but I will put out different groups of predictions all within the first 2 weeks of January. But I will do my annual New Year's Day predictions. How can I not do that? 16 years in a row. So I discussed many new discoveries, if you recall, some related to ancient Egypt and many others being revealed from receding waters. I even made predictions of new islands popping out of the water. I remember when I first said that back in 2010, people said, that's crazy, you're crazy. And then it happened right off the coast of Pakistan. I think it was 2011 or 2010, one of those years, but it did occur. So I saw more visions of islands popping out of the waters. And did you hear, speaking of new discoveries and such, that there were alien minerals found on a 15-ton meteorite that crashed into Africa? Thought that was really interesting. Alien minerals found on a 15-ton meteorite. That's a discovery. You know, it's an odd discovery, and it fell from the sky. And I talked about things falling from the sky in 2022, and they sure have. I mean, all over the country, all over the world, weird things have happened with things coming from the sky. That's going to intensify in 2023, even more so, is what Spirit just said. So, did you know also there was a new discovery? Let me find the article here. 1 second. I know I have it here. I know I have it here somewhere. Here it is. Florida. Our friends down in Florida. I got family in Florida. A mysterious structure has been discovered underneath the sand on a Florida beach. This article's from a week ago, or from December 5th. Beachgoers in Florida discovered a mysterious object buried beneath the sand, perplexing locals and officials. The object began protruding out of the sand after Hurricane Ian and Nicole battered Volusia County earlier this year, says the spokesperson. It appears to be a wooden structure and looks like pieces of wood poking out of the beach about 80 feet. It was discovered Thanksgiving weekend by beachgoers, according to a captain. He said that an archaeologist is visiting the beach on Tuesday, which already happened, of course, to examine the structure. CBS News has reached out to the Florida Department of State for information and is awaiting a response. The erosion on the beach has been unprecedented, and that is still part of a new discovery, my friends. Still part of a new discovery. And here goes islands popping up like I predicted. A new island has emerged in the Southwest Pacific Ocean. This was a little while ago, a couple months ago, but I only just got this information that someone sent me or posted in YouTube comments. A tiny island cropped up earlier this year in the Pacific Ocean. Scientists said it's not expected to be around very long, but it has quickly grown in size. So yeah, it's not going to be around long as it grows in size. Yeah, scientists, you gotta love them. The island sits on the Home Reef Seamount in the Central Tonga Islands. Thought that was really, really interesting, and these are the things that we're going to continue to see occurring. Mysteries, things being revealed, so much cool stuff too, and it makes you wonder how much they're hiding from us. Look at the new whole ancient city that was on Earth from the waters receding over in the Middle East. So lots of interesting stuff happening with that. So that'll be interesting for my 2023 predictions to see what else. Here's a creepy fact for you all. Did you know that over 1,000 schools in Australia serve cricket chips? That's right, cricket chips. Chips made out of crickets. Someone sent me that information, or I saw an article on it, and I thought that was really kind of creepy because, first and foremost, if you do your research and you look, that the shell of crickets is actually toxic to our body and to our bloodstream. But they're pushing this whole eat bugs on people. It's pretty sick, actually. You know, Bill Gates wants you to eat bugs in his fake meat while he has cheeseburgers or burgers, because, you know, that's his favorite food, steak and burgers. So they can eat that, but they don't want you to eat that. Where the heck is the fairness in that? That's not going to work for people. People are not going to, they're training kids now by, eat cricket chips. And, I remember when I was a kid, there was chocolate covered ants. I remember that. I'm pretty sure I tried them. That was always a thing, chocolate covered ants. But now it seems like if there's over 1,000 schools in Australia serving cricket chips, it looks like they're programming these kids to get used to eating bugs. It's kind of sick, especially when it's not good for our digestive systems. We are not meant to be eating bugs. Also, speaking of Australia again, Australia, down under. Remember, I predicted major shortages and all that. I did special videos on it. And I talked about potato shortages and stocking up on potatoes. Well, one of our friends in Australia sent me information that Australia is now currently dealing with potato shortages. And that's just going to get worse and worse, especially as winter comes to a close. Did you hear about this one? Canada's health director of the Parliament of Affairs, who led Canada's response to the 2020 bug and the push for the you know what, died at the age of 35. Where's the article at? I thought I had that here somewhere. I thought I had the article here. Darn, I don't see it. But regardless, I tried to see what this guy passed away from exactly. I found nothing about it. Thought it was kind of interesting how he just suddenly dropped dead at the young age of 35 years old. Makes you wonder if it was from the agendas that he was part of pushing. I wouldn't doubt it at all. But this goes along with what I said that would happen with sudden deaths, mass die-offs that would occur in my past predictions, and big leaders and celebrities also dropping dead. We're seeing that begin to happen now. Exactly. I said that back in January, in my January New Year's Day 15th annual predictions. We're moving on to the 16th next week. So I also remember I had visions of somebody sent me something. Oop. Mm, these people. Anyway, remember I told you about I saw visions of friction between India, the border of India and China. And I don't know if you heard about that happening. This was probably like a week. Remember, I wasn't here last week. There were shots fired and exchanged between India and China along the borders. And to me, Spirit gives me a feeling today that this is going to escalate again. That China wants to push in on India's territory. And China has a real big issue with India's current leader. I don't know why, but this is what Spirit's telling me right now. And I could see more exchange coming, including missile exchange. So let us put our prayers out to those in India and protect them from the wrath of the CCP. Did you see the New York Times and what they published? Oh my Lord. So I said a long time ago that those people that from World War II, the NAZ, those people, you know what I'm talking about. Hitler's regime. There we go. That I could say that. Uh, Never really died. That regime just went into hiding right here in the United States, which is a fact. Operation Paperclip. I think it was Operation Paperclip. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Operation Paperclip. When they sent over more than 100 of the top scientists from Germany into the United States and gave them, let them go for their evil, dark, evil crimes, and then build a little town for them in Vegas or in Nevada for them to all live. That the NASA is created by one of the biggest scientists for Germany back in World War II. And the same shuttles that they still use to this day in NASA are all created by the same dirtball. The only rockets to ever, it's been the same design of rockets until Elon Musk came along, which was somebody I was going to talk about today. But again, I got to a certain point this afternoon of preparing for the show and I just couldn't do anymore. The 2020 bugs got a grip on me and I could only do so much. But going back to the New York Times, did you see the puzzle that they published? My friend sent me this puzzle, a picture of it. I can't show it to you because my phone's over there. It's literally a swastika. The puzzle is clear as day. So she sent it to me. She didn't even need to tell me what it was. I'm like, oh my God, that's a swastika in their puzzle. And then apparently they put out their fake apology saying, oh, that's not what it's supposed to be. It's clear as day. Clear as day. That's the New York Times for you, friends. Probably owned and ran by, those that were left over from World War II. No doubt. I mean, like, seriously, pretty sick, actually. I couldn't believe that. And, they'll get away with it. God forbid if we were to post something like that. Not that we would. God, that makes me want to vomit thinking about it. I had a vision of a guy uh, running around with a rifle along highways and just like running around with a rifle. So, and that's all I put in my notes, man with a rifle. I had visions of this. Kind of reminds me of, if you remember years ago, I had Doggy. Um, it was a long time ago, actually. I had a guy and he was with a kid and they were like shooting people with, I guess, a rifle. Kind of makes me think of that. So be safe out there, folks. A man with a rifle. That's all I got. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully there won't be anything that comes with that. But also, remember I told you that there would be a an attack on truckers and that truckers were in great danger when it comes to having their loads being stolen and such. Well, semi trucks are actually now a big target. And what they're stealing is their drivers' computer parts, the computer parts for their cabs. They're going in, these truckers, and then they're going in and ripping them out and stealing them, which is really effed up. And soon you're going to read many stories of people getting shot when the truckers catch them. So I did say that there would be theft around truckers and truckers needed to be extremely careful. But I would have never thought that it was computer chips underneath the cab. I thought it was just mainly what they were carrying, which is going to come into fruition, Spirit says. So as far as people trying to steal the food or whatever else they have on the back of their trucks. Soon, many trucking companies are going to have backup security following them, which is only going to rise inflation and stuff even more. So, like, to the scumbags out there to do this to these truckers and these hardworking people, like, do you realize that you're screwing all of us when you do that? You shouldn't screw anybody, but you're really screwing all of us when you do that. You're screwing your own damn family, you idiots. Like, really screwing your own family. Causing more inflation, more problems, and just more stuff for them to worry about. It's pure trash. I agree. In the chat room, someone said pure trash. I just saw pure trash come across my screen. I agree. So sadly, we're going to see more of that. Did you also see that armed groups or gangs in the Middle East and Africa are illegally obtaining the weapons that United States is sending over to UKR? Interesting, right? You would think, first of all, United States shouldn't be sending anybody anything. They should mind their own damn business, stay out of it. But at the same time, all these weapons are being interceded and taken by these groups or gangs in the Middle East and in Africa. That's not good, my friends. And I don't think that it's accidental at all. I mean, actually, I know it's not accidental. They are literally purposely making it so that they will intercede these weapons of mass destruction. You remember that? Weapons of mass destruction. Look what that led to the Middle East. Evil Bush and the evil Bush family. Well, what are they planning? Because now that all this stuff's being intercepted before it gets to the UKR, allegedly, what's the plan there? Remember, I told you about Turkey and how we need to worry about the country Turkey. And not only just Turkey, remember the prophecy of the fallen angels who fell along the Euphrates River, gathering together and building an army of darkness. I have no doubt that that's occurring right now as we speak, as we sit here together in this magical space. What else? Did you see that Elon Musk tweet? This was more than a week ago because I wasn't here last week, but it's in my extra notes here. It's kind of funny. Like, he's really stirring up that witch's cauldron, stirring up the witches' cauldrons, without a doubt. He's really, really ruffling some feathers. But he tweeted, "My pronouns are prosecute Fauci." I thought that was just hysterical when I saw that. Like, hysterical. Prosecute Fauci. I think I have an article here. I don't know what this article is. Hold on. Musk reveals why he won't ever again sign autographs in a troubling state. Elon Musk made headlines recently when he revealed that he won't ever again sign autographs in public because of threats to his life. During a live session on social media, Musk was discussing the Twitter files and made a concerning admission that he was concerned about his safety. Remember, I brought this up yesterday on yesterday's live stream. So if again you missed it, go back. There's predictions revolved around him and his safety. I'm not going to repeat them today, but definitely go back and look them up for yourselves. So will they prosecute Fauci? It's not going to happen. I hate to say it, it's not going to happen. Although I do see many arrests taking place in the near future. I don't know who these arrests are, but you remember back in 2016, 2015, I had visions of mass arrests that had to do with the underground tunnels and the, trafficking and the evildoers, the Satanists, and tunnels being blown up and all that. And I said that before it became all of a sudden the conspiracy thing a couple years ago. If you remember, everybody thought that Trump was going to save the world and do that, but it never happened. Never happened. Even certain people like what's his name from Ancient Aliens who would say, "Oh, this is going to happen, and they're going to turn out your power and arrest all these people." Never happened. Dude supposedly had inside information. He's an inside idiot because it never happened. But it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Remember, I did have visions of this back in 2015. Usually things happen within 3 or 4 years, but some things may take a little bit longer. So we'll have to see. But today I had visions of arrests taking place. One was related to Hollywood and the circle of evil within Hollywood. Oh, I can't remember. What was his name? Oh, God, what was that little round guy's name who now walks with the walker? Somebody put that in the chat. Maybe you'll know who I'm talking about. I can't think of his name. Yeah, not him. That's the guy that said all these things that never happened. DW. Actresses. Weinstein. Yeah, that's it. That's him. I always get Weinstein and Epstein. You notice how they're so similar. Both dirt balls, right? Both trash bags. If you want a trash bag, there's two of them right there for you. Big old trash bags. They'll leak toxic waste all over your neighborhoods. Be careful. Where was I? I had a brain freeze. We were talking about Mr. Elon Musk and the Twitter files. So again, I did talk a lot about that yesterday on yesterday's live stream. So go back and listen to that. But arrest, that's fog because of this bug. But I do see somebody like Weinstein being arrested. That'll be shocking. And Spirit also talks about one that'll lead to suicide, alleged suicide like Epstein. So I don't know who that is, but I told you about that girl. Do I have her name here? I told you about her yesterday. The girl who's threatening to put out information, a videotape that she has from the Epstein circle of evil. I can't think of her name. What was her name? It's in yesterday's live stream, so you can go listen to it there. So this is all coming to a boil. 2023 is the 7 vibrational year, which is all about spiritual awakening and so much more justice. It's going to be very, very interesting year, to say the least. It's all the more reason you're going to want to join me on New Year's Day for my New Year's Day predictions, and smash that subscribe button so that you don't ever miss a thing. Now, I'm here every Tuesday, and when I'm not here on Tuesday, obviously I'm probably sick like I was last week. Thank you all for your well wishes and such. Somebody sent me this lovely gift in the mail of the Egyptian Ankh, and it comes from energy artist Julia. Now, I don't know if the energy artist Julia sent me this. I have no clue, because the envelope it came in has nothing on it other than EAJ in Eagle, Colorado. So whoever sent me this box is so cool too, with the wood, and it's really nice, nice things. So thank you so much for this gift, and please let me know so I can thank you by name. I got this really cool card here. So cute. Look at that cute little card. It says, "Thanks." I had a very, very generous gift inside. Hi, Spiritman JT. Thanks for making me smile. Sincerely, Pamela Joe of Bama. Thank you, Pamela Joe. That was so kind and generous of you. And I don't know if this came a while back, and if I ever thanked this person from your biggest fan. And thank you for so much of your Tuesday YouTube show, live stream, whatever you want. My whole family watches. My mom, my boyfriend, every Tuesday. This is from Karen in Chicago. So I don't know if I ever got to thank you for that, Karen in Chicago, but I'm thanking you today. There's more at my post office box, but because I've been fighting this bug, I haven't gone to my post office box. I got this cool card wishing you all the best at Christmas. Oh, Christmas. Dear Joseph, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Why is it not signed? Oh, wait. Vivian. Thank you, Vivian. I can't say your last name, but I wouldn't say it live anyway in case somebody might not want their last name said live. So thank you, Vivian. Look at this beautiful card of the wolf. The wolf is one of my protectors from the front, especially in the world of shamanism and shamanic work. And I love this card. Joseph Tittel, Spiritman, enjoy the splendor of nature. Heartfelt wishes for joyful, magical, blessed holiday season from Shayna. Thank you, Shayna. This card is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. Then there's this one, which also had a generous gift inside. Holiday thanks. I love getting little cards and sweet things from you sweet people. And this is from Holly. And I'm going to have me a holly jolly Christmas, Holly, especially with your gift. Thank you so much for that. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about on my list here? Let me just double check. I can't see very well because my eyes are all bugged out from this bug. See that they want to booster the little 6-month-old little babies? I'll just leave it at that. Just leave it at that. You know my opinion on that. Did you also see that there was freezing fog? I didn't know fog froze. I thought that was really fascinating. Freezing fog caused a 90-car vehicle pileup on the Washington state on December 7th. Remember, I had visions of massive pileups, massive due to ice and such. So what have you sent me that information? I also have here Julian Assange in 2023, but I got nothing else. So I probably put that note to tune deeper into it. So I'll give you more information on that for my New Year's Day show. And did you hear about that secret meeting with 100 CEOs gathering together? Wonder what that's all about. Sure we can. Kanye West is in my notes. I didn't notice that. Kanye West in potential death. He needs to watch himself as well, because they'll make it look like something like an accident or something. They're already trying to say, oh, he's cray-cray, He's cray-cray. Cray-cray people do cray-cray things, and lastly, orange juice. Remember I warned a while ago when I talked about and covered many of the shortages that would affect us in the future. One of them I said is orange juice, and I just read an article that orange juice is skyrocketing in price. So that's happening. And when Florida gets a deep freeze, it's going to make it even worse for the orange trade. Something to keep an eye out. But I'm going to leave you with that today and keep today's show slightly shorter, only slightly. No, it's not much shorter, but slightly shorter. I will be back potentially next week. Hopefully I'll be feeling 100% by then. But day 12, and I still feel like absolute doo-doo. Thanks again for your beautiful gifts and cards. And I know there's more in my P.O. box. I'll get down there to check it hopefully within the week. So check out my cool shirt here. Be kind to others as you wish others be kind to you, because we all know that mean people suck. And you can find my merchandise down below. That helps support me and this channel and all these amazing predictions that I provide to you. So with that said, again, do that. Do exactly that. Be kind to others as you wish others be kind to you. Spiritman JT signing off. I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day. Much love, much gratitude. Namaste.